Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence. I'm your host, Miss Roni, where I always seek to give you exquisite cranial repertoire. This week, I am going to briefly touch on some information that has spread through the entertainment world. So I'm going to give a little brief on some entertainment news. I must say that I totally flipped my wig yesterday when this woman identified herself as the woman that was shot in the face in the 1999 shooting that Puffy, Shine, and J-Lo was involved in or implicated in. Her name was Natanya Rubin. The woman said that the youngins been harassing her on social media. And I found it interesting, what she found interesting. If the producer was young, in his early 20s, then the recount of a threat made to him referring to a shooting before he was born would not have the impact as an older person from the era would. So it's like, I was young during that time. I think when all that went on, I had to be like early teens or in my teens. And I do remember the story, and I remember the Shine person ended up going to prison, I think, for like 10 years for that. And I think shortly after that, J-Lo and Puffy separated. Now, I never like to see a person's downfall, but you cannot inflict emotional pain on people purposely and think that the demons won't come and sit at your table asking for you to pay up. Then there's a situation with the songwriter Tiffany Red. And I even felt what she was saying. She was speaking about how she wouldn't sacrifice her integrity, but also the reason why her work that she put in on Cassie's music career, as well as her own career being stunted over 6 sexual manipulation tactics. It's like, it's crazy. You would ruin people's careers over a sex addiction. I noticed her different emotions. She started out calm when she was talking in her social media posts, and then she let a few tears fall. She got a little emotional, but then I saw the strength in her. Her voice got stronger, and to me, that meant that she had conviction in what she was saying. And she was saying that she was suing, who she was suing, and why she was suing. And when she said it, she was strong. She wasn't crying. I believe her. I feel like it's never a good idea to mess with the anointed ones. And then I recognize those who are just playing the part. The lies you tell are the spells you cast. And when you let dark entities take over, expect some visitors from the underworld. I know that anybody who does any type of commentary has been saying, well, Cat Williams said, and Cat Williams did say, it is the age of Aquarius. Time to tell the truth. A lie don't care who tell it. Look what's happening. I remember watching a tarot reading, and I can't remember the channel, but she spoke about someone with a sex addiction, among other addictions in the music industry, and said that their true self would be shown publicly, and that the person, and I cannot say this is Puffy, but the person, that same reading also said that the person or group would be praying to God, but that their prayers would go unanswered. So I feel like, for me, for your prayers to go unanswered, you have had to do some dirty stuff in life, because everything is a balance, and everybody know about karma. And if you're not getting karma, and you have to manipulate and have to pay and have to threaten and bully and harm people, then you're cheating karma. You know, like on Final Destination, how the people were cheating death, and then death would come back to get them in reverse order. I don't feel like you can escape doing harm to people and think that you're going to live the good life. And that's just with anybody. That's not on one person. One YouTuber, I can't remember if it was Lovely T or T Satels, reported on the endorsements that both Puffy and Young Miami had been losing behind this, I don't know if you would like to call it a scandal or what, but it doesn't look good at all business-wise. So I am not going to stay long, and I was going to talk about the Meek Mill's DJ Academics little brawl, but it'll be another one. It's DJ Academics. He get into it with everybody. But I just want to leave you with this. The music industry can be brutal, and you have to remember how music itself is beautiful. The devil was kicked out of heaven because he was greedy and wanted to be above the highest power. Music was and is the devil's way of moving to and fro. And you have to have wide open spiritual eyes, or you will be faced with moral dilemmas. Moral dilemmas and decisions that you may not want to come to light. So you need to think about when you're chasing the fame and you're chasing the fortune and what you would do to get it, and how you are really just striving to be on top, because you're not just trying to get a piece of the pie. Because some people have what they're looking for and is constantly looking for more. And that's the greed that the devil had in heaven. Now, I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen the movie The Matrix, but in the last Matrix movie, you may not know it, but people who know what mirror magic is, mirror magic was shown in the movie. Also, how demons jump from person to person, and how people can get possessed. Now, I know it's a movie, but people who know that these things are introduced to people in this form, so it won't blow your mind or send you crazy. But you need to look at those things, and those things do happen, and people do try to control you like that. And there's a lot of that in the music industry, and that's the reason why I think that artists need to get educated on the music business part, because a lot of that stuff you wouldn't have to deal with if you knew the business part. Now, yeah, people try to speak against you, try to blackball you and all that kind of stuff, but I feel like eventually the truth will come out, your talent will come through, and you keep pushing, because you don't want somebody sitting at your table. And I'm gonna tell this little story. I'm not gonna say who it was, because I need to keep some parts of it private. But me and a guy was at a lady's house, and he remembered being at this lady's house when he was young. And he said, why did that man appear in the house and all the windows and doors closed at the same time? And the woman turned around and looked at him. She said, you remember that? Why would you ask me about that now? And she appeared to be angry. And he was like, tell me who it was. And she was like, it was the death angel. And I was arguing with him because he didn't have any reason to be there. And I'm like, what kind of deals would you cut in your human life that the death angel would have to come to you in human form for you to pay up? So when I say they'll be sitting at your table waiting on you to pay up, do the wrong thing and try to escape karma. The demon will be sitting at your table asking you to pay up. Remember, you can catch Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence on all major podcasting platforms, streaming live on social media, and get your merch on www.blonde-intelligence.com. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Hey girl, let me tell you about this podcast.
Girl, everybody has a podcast these days.
But this one interviews new and interesting indie artists. It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Really? Where can I find it?
It's on all podcasting platforms, streams live on social media, and on rpentradio.com.
What'd you say it was called again?
It's called Indie Artist Music Hustle with Blonde Intelligence.
Girl, I'm gonna have to check her out.
Give it a check, girl.